The next discussion I'd like to have with you is about preload and afterload. Again, if I would have named these things, I would not have named them with different prefixes in the same root word because they are not similar at all. Preload is going to be a volume, a measure of volume. Preload is the amount of blood that is in the heart prior to constriction or prior to contraction. So obviously the more the heart can open up, the more the blood can flow in, and then the more cardiac output you're going to have, and again, the more delivery of oxygen, nutrients, and all of those wonderful things your cells are craving. Preload says that the more your heart opens up, the more it is able to fill with blood, the more blood is excreted or sent out into the body and into the lungs. Preload is a measure of volume, amount of blood in that heart prior to contraction. Afterload is not a measure of volume. Afterload is a measure of force. The afterload is the force the heart has to overcome in order to send blood forward. So therefore you have a force pushing against the heart, and then you have the heart itself. If I loosen my arm and I give a really low afterload, my heart can move that very easily. It can move it forward very easily, therefore blood can move forward very easily. So a low afterload or low pressure allows blood to move forward much easier. A very high afterload or a very stiff pressure does not allow my heart to move that blood forward. Have to work real hard to overcome that force. So the higher the afterload, the higher the workload on the heart in order to move blood forward. You will notice in pharmacology when you start studying drugs that there's a lot of medications that mean to decrease or increase preload, decrease or increase afterload. And I want you to think again of preload as a volume and afterload as a pressure. So the more we can lower the afterload, the less the heart has to work, the lower the blood pressure. Another term that they use interchangeably for afterload is systemic vascular resistance. So what is the vasculature doing that the heart has to then overcome? How much resistance is it giving to the heart? How high is that blood pressure that the heart has to overcome in order to send blood forward? The higher the systemic vascular resistance, the more the heart has to work, the higher the afterload. The lower the systemic vascular resistance, the lower the afterload, the easier the heart can move that blood forward. I hope this helps you understand preload and afterload. If it doesn't, be sure and email me for further instructions. Talk to you later. Bye.